Colin, Parliament's just passed something that you've been waiting for a long time. How do you feel?
Oh, I feel magnificent, and I think that now all Queenslanders are going to be satisfied that cruelty is everybody's responsibility, whereas once before it was only the non-Indigenous. Now with the inclusion in the Animal Care and Protection Act of Indigenous hunting, I think that the animals now will appreciate the change.
Have you spoken to Bob today?
No, I haven't spoken to Bob today. Bob's unobtainable.
Okay, and well, how are you feeling? I mean, is this a day that you expected to happen earlier? I mean, how can you sum up your feelings today?
The feelings are, it's just utter euphoria because 3 years of my life I've dedicated to this two-part campaign. The first part was to change the Animal Care and Protection Act to include Indigenous hunting when we become aware that it was excluded. And the second part is a moratorium to determine how many of these animals are left. So today, part one complete, I'm a very happy man. And there's been a lot of people, including all the media, the exposure we've had in the media with this campaign, and particularly with Channel 7, have been a loyal supporter and highlight all of these cruelty acts that we've brought to the public's attention. So I think everybody should share in the day. It's been a joint effort.
What happens now though? I mean, the law is there, but how does the community help all this?
Well, everybody now who has a video camera that witnesses an act of cruelty, whether it's by an Indigenous or non-Indigenous, can record, you witness an event anywhere, be out at the islands, the Jules and Bring on Cairns, you see an act you think that is cruel, film it and get it to the authorities.
And traditional hunters, you've been talking to them since this was first tabled, and they said they actually
some do and some don't. There's rogues in every element. There's people who just think that their culture overrides cruelty. This has always been about the cruelty aspect, not ruining somebody's culture. Evolving everybody right through the elements of time have changed their cultures. This is something that has to change for the benefit of the animals. And I think that some Indigenous would have taken this if it had tumras in place where they don't take turtle dugong at all. They also dispose of humanely. There's others that just follow traditions from 1,000 years ago and they're not applicable in 2012.
It's not just Indigenous, so you're telling me that we're actually doing these humane acts?
No, I've said from day one there's non-Indigenous people that do this too. And there's a trade which was exposed on a TV program recently, and it's distributed right around Australia. Well, there's also another section that's been passed today, section 61, that says that the dugong and turtle meat must be killed and consumed in the community, which effectively shuts down the trade. So we shouldn't see it coming through the airports now, in essence, for people to have around the dinner table in Cairns and Rockhampton and Bundaberg and those places.
What's next for you in regards to this? I mean, will you continue your pressure and make sure that these laws are in place for a reason?
Well, now I really don't look back at the state government. I focus totally on Tony Burke, the federal government, to get a moratorium on the killing of these animals. I believe, and I have believed from day one, that we don't know how many are out there. We're supposed to have the biggest population of dugongs in the world. They're already extinct in several countries around the world, and I don't want us to be the place that has the last bastion of them. I want them to survive. So Tony Burke, the voters are coming for you. We came to the Bligh government. They're now thinking of the past. We're thinking of the past. Next focus is totally on the Labor Party and Tony Burke.
Lovely, mate. Thank you.
So tell me about the laws that are hopefully going to be passed this afternoon.
Well, the laws that are going to be passed this afternoon now includes Indigenous hunting into the Cruelty Act. Prior to today, there was an exemption in Section 8 which excluded Indigenous hunting, so there were no cruelty laws. So people who do witness an animal get cut up alive out on the islands out here or on the beaches or anywhere around the state of Queensland couldn't report it as an act of cruelty. So from today that changes. Every Queenslander is responsible for cruelty.
How long have you been pushing for this?
3 years and 1 month today. I started in August 2009 and trying to get some controls on killing turtles and dugongs, and when I looked through the acts it became obvious that I had the exemption so that the acts of cruelty that were being sent to me weren't prosecutable. So I set out to change that law and lobby the politicians heavily and involved a lot of high profile people, Bob Irwin, Pete Bethune with Earthrace, Sea Shepherd, Animals Australia, those sort of people, and the pressure of those people convinced the politicians it's in their interest to make everybody the same in Queensland. So rather than being the only state territory in the whole of Australia that Indigenous hunting was acceptable, now everybody in Australia is covered by the same law. And I'm a very happy man today. And now I move on to part 2, where we'll get a moratorium hopefully on the killing of turtles and dugongs to find out how many of these vulnerable extinction animals are left.
And who are you targeting there?
I'm targeting Tony Burke. I targeted Anna Bligh and Kate Jones in the last election. They were decimated. Now we're coming for Tony Burke and the Labor Party. The whole focus now will be on them. I don't look back at the state at all. They've done all they can do to these animals. And from today onwards, Tony Burke, look out, we're coming for you.
Okay, good.
Tony Burke,
I'm happy.
you're ours.